This is Moments with Marcus. I am Marcus. This is our moment. And today I want to do a video that's a little unconventional. I got a request from a great client. He's recording himself at home now, and he has some questions about what would be the best plugins to go with and what are some of my favorite plugins. So I wanted to go through now and just kind of show you a little bit about what plugins I love using, why I like using them, and what some of my recommendations would be. So first, let's go ahead and open Logic, which I use the most for the most productions that I do, whether it's mixing, scoring music, producing, whatever the case may be. Logic is always my go-to. And we're gonna open, I don't know if we should open a new track or whether we should open an older one. I'm really just here to show you plugins, but I want to give you examples as well. So let's make sure that we're able to get that done. Okay. So what we have here is a basic session, and let's just start with some of my favorite plugins. So the first thing we want to talk about when it comes to plugins, why do we use plugins? We use plugins to shape the sound that we've recorded. So let's say you've recorded something that you really like, but it's not clean enough, or it's not fat enough, or it's not spaced out enough, or it's not as effects heavy and colored the way you want to. That's where plugins come into play. Now, as you can see, just about every channel has some of the same kind of plugins, and I'll open up the mixer so you can see it. Let's open these all the way up. I almost don't even need the arrangement window, but that is not how it works. So we scroll up here and we see that a lot of my tracks start off with an EQ. Let's see if we can find a section that I can give you some examples from. Let's do here, just right in this hook section.
Kitchen, I ain't even do the dishes. They like, man, I've been all the way. Only time I'm in the field is when I'm trying to make a play. They like, steady with your own. Man, I've been on that paper. Please remember when I serve you, don't forget to tip the waiter. They like, steady with you on. Man, I've been on the move. I don't follow rules, you can't be doing what I do. They like, steady with your own.
All right, so you hear a couple of things going there. So to loop this section again, and let's pull off some of the effects that we have. First, let's take the beat out, because you're not going to hear what I'm doing properly otherwise. All right, so
man, I've been on a mission, got to work up in the kitchen. I ain't even do the dishes. They like, steady what you want. Man, I've been all the way. Only time I'm in the field is when I'm trying to make a play. They like, steady what you want. Man, I've been on that paper. Please remember when I serve you, don't forget to tip the waiter. They like, steady what you want. Man, I've been on the move. I don't follow rules.
So that's the plain vocal by itself.
What you want. Man, I've been on a mission, got to work up in the kitchen.
And it's okay, it's a clean vocal. It's a little bit thin. It could be fattened up. So the first steps I would take, I would EQ it and get rid of anything I don't like. But keep in mind, every EQ, since we're talking about EQing, every EQ has different functionality. So some EQs will add character or color or presence to certain EQ bands. Other ones will be better at pulling away or taking out blemishes or mistakes. So for example, this is the Logic standard EQ.
Eddie, what you want? Man, I've been on a mission, got to work up in the kitchen. I ain't even do the dishes.
Now you
they
can
like,
see
what you want? Man,
all
I've
the
been
areas
on the
that might be a
Only
little
time
bit
I'm in the
aggressive,
field is
a
when
little
I'm
bit
trying to
soft,
make a
might need
play.
a boost.
They like, steady what you want? Man, I've been on that paper. Please remember.
But if you notice, the way that this EQ boosts is kind of weak. It doesn't really give a whole lot of character. But when it comes to cutting and chiseling out the unnecessary frequencies, it works way better.
Eddie, what you want? Man, I've been on a mission, got to work up in the kitchen, I ain't even do the dishes. They like Snady, what you want? Man, I've been on the way, only time I'm in the field is when I'm trying to make a play. They like Snady, what you want? Man, I've been on that paper, please remember when I saw you, don't forget to tip the waiter. They like Snady, what you want? Man, I've been on the move, I don't follow rules, you can't be doing what I do. They like Snady, what you want? Man, I've been on that real Snady, what you want?
So what we're seeing here is that this is cool at pulling away all the unnecessary mud from those lower frequencies. Usually this whole 100 to 500 range is insanely cluttered with muddy frequencies. So we always just want to make sure that even if you're not cutting them out completely, you're at least controlling them. So now let's see what other EQs we can use. If you're looking to purchase one that I like to boost with a lot is the API 560. Whether it's in analog mode or not, you could still hear the character that it gives a sound.
Eddie, what you want? Man, I've been on a mission, got to work up in the kitchen, I ain't even do the dishes. They like Snady, what you want? Man, I've been on the way, only time I'm in the field is when I'm trying to make a play. They like Snady, what you want? Man, I've been on that paper, please remember when I saw you, don't forget to tip the waiter.
So now you can hear it kind of giving back, not necessarily the mud, but the characters and the qualities of the voice that we would have otherwise missed if we weren't able to put back some of what we took out. Remember, everything is about balance when it comes to mixing in songs. So now let's keep going. The next step, we can get into compression more in the next video, but we're going to continue this talk about EQs. What's another EQ that I could have put back with? Let's take a look. So we're going to skip through some of the stock EQs and let's go to waves and let's see what other EQs we have. The Emo Q4. I don't think I've ever really used this one like at all. I've never seen this at all, but let's see what this does.
Eddie, what you want? Man, I've been on a mission, got to work up in the kitchen, I ain't even do the dishes. They like Snady, what you want? Man, I've been on the way, only time I'm in the field is when I'm trying to make a play. They like Snady, what you want? Man, I've been on that paper, please remember when I saw you, don't forget to tip the waiter. They like Snady, what you want? Man, I've been on the move, I don't follow rules, you can't be doing what I do. They like Snady, what you want? Man, I've been on that real Eddie, what you want? Man, I've been on a mission, got to work up in the kitchen, I ain't even do the dishes. They like Snady, what you want? Man, I've been on the way, only time I'm in the field is when I'm trying to make a play. They like Snady, what you want? Man, I've been on that paper, please remember when I saw you, don't forget to tip the waiter. They like Snady, what you want? Man, I've been on the move, I don't follow rules, you can't be doing what I do.
All right, so what I'm noticing about this EQ here is that it's not so much about its ability to add to a sound, because from what I'm noticing, it doesn't really add a lot of quality to the sound. All it's really doing is giving very gentle and subtle boosts to certain frequencies that matter. So what I might do is I might put this on a drum or a snare or like a percussive instrument that I want to gently pull away from without making any drastic sort of cuts. So maybe that would be a use for the Emo Q4. Let's try another EQ and see what else it is that we like or don't like. By far, the 560 API is one of my favorites. By far, one of my favorites. But I want to give you a couple of options to go with. Let's see. What else do we have? Trying to find good examples. The HEQ. Let's try it. pull it up? Oh, I did pull it up. I just don't have the window. Wow, I've never seen this before.
Eddie, what you want? Man, I've been on a mission.
So what this one does, not only does it show you in an optical way what your vocal's doing, but it also shows you the frequency bands by color that you're going to be cutting or adding or whatever the case may be. And then it shows you where those register on a standard piano scale in the traditional octaves. And then down here you've got, it seems, the ability to do, it almost looks like some level of compression down here. Very, very controlled, it seems.
Eddie, what you want? Man, I've been on a mission. Got to work up in the kitchen. I ain't even do the dishes. They like Snady, what you want? Man, I've been on the way. Only time I'm in the field is when I'm trying to make a play. They like Snady, what you want?
Now, what I like about this, I think you can actually set each of these frequency bands to the actual notes of the song in their respective octaves. So you can kind of boost it to make the song more melodic even without an auto-tune. So you're EQing according to melody. So the HEQ is actually something that I think I'm going to start experimenting with over this next coming week, maybe on my vocal buses or something like that, just to keep the songs in frequency with the rest of the song. I think this is going to be a game changer for me this week. So that's crazy. I'm glad we found that. Let's keep going. And always remember, whenever you acquire new EQs or things like that, experiment, man. Play around with these things. Like, this is what this is for. Now look at this. This is a monster right here.
Eddie, what you want? Man, I've been on a mission. Got to work.
For reference sake and for perspective sake, this is the same thing as the 560, only it's more in depth. I gotta show you what this does. I guess we can open both. Cool. So the 560 goes up to 16K, whereas the GEQ goes up to 20K. So you've got 20, 16, 12K, 10K, 8K, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.5, 2, 1 and some change, 125, 1, 800, 635. Like, there isn't that much definition here with the API. So I think going forward, I would substitute this API with a GEQ. And because API is a more popular brand than the GEQ brand, you're more likely to get the GEQ for less money and be able to save and focus more on your compression, which we can get into in the next video. But that's fantastic. Let's keep going. Wow.
Eddie, what you want? Man, I've been on a mission. Got to work up in the kitchen. I ain't even do the dishes. They like Snady, what you want? Man, I've been on the way. Only time I'm in the field is when I'm trying to make a play. They like Snady, what you want? Man, I've been on that paper. Please remember when I saw you. Don't forget to tip the waiter. They like Snady, what you want? Man, I've been on the move. I don't follow rules. You can't be doing what I do. They like Snady, what you want?
I actually love this EQ. I would put this in my top 3 if we're being honest. Like, out of the wave set, this would go in my top 3 for sure. for sure. Yeah, that was fantastic. Let's keep going. We did the HEQ. If I'm missing anything in the comments, please let me know and I'll go back and do a specific video for it. But I think the real takeaway here is to understand that some EQs are neutral and they can boost and take away. Some EQs are better at cutting away, and then some EQs are better at boosting. So I think what I want to do is I want to show you another EQ that's usually extremely good for boosting. These are fantastic. Hang on. We can't skip over these. This is fantastic. This one and the one below it that does specifically mid-range EQ.
Eddie, what you want? Man, I've been on a mission, got to work up in the kitchen. I ain't even do the dishes. They like snake.
So now the way this one works, it gives you a range, and because this is a very neutral EQ, it gives you the option to both boost or attenuate. Attenuate is just another way of saying to make quieter. So you pick the frequency range at which you would like to focus on, and then you either boost it if it needs more or attenuate it if it's too aggressive. And you go through each of those in the same steps. So,
Eddie, what you want? Man, I've been on a mission, got to work up in the kitchen. I ain't even do the dishes. They like Snady, what you want? Man, I've been all the way. Only time I'm in the field is when I'm trying to make a play. They like Snady, what you want? Man, I've been on that paper. Please remember when I saw you, don't forget to tip the waiter. They like Snady, what you want? Man, I've been on the move. I don't follow rules, you can't be doing what I do. They like Snady, what you want? Man, I've been on that real. Eddie, what you want?
this middle one here controls bandwidth, meaning how wide of a boost across the frequency range or how small of a boost across the frequency range is this actually going to be.
Eddie, what you want?
And of course, if you wanted that that analog kind of warmth, you've got 50 and 60 hertz inserts that you can go into, and then the attenuation selection is how much are we cutting, like what ratio are we cutting, and you can adjust that here. So this is a very good one, but this was not the last one I wanted to show you. The last one I wanted to show you is one as a part of this powerhouse of a set we like to call SSLs. So the SSLs are based off of the traditional console and compressor set from decades ago. Now, we could do an SSL EQ, which is fine, but what I'm going to open up specifically is an SSL channel strip. This is a multifaceted tool. This channel strip, I mean, really, if you get an SSL, this is what we call the E channel, which is the SSL channel, and then the G channel. Those are your two go-tos. You can get so much done, and I'll explain why in a second. But first, what is the difference between the SSL E channel and G channel? Well, the G channel handles more aggressive sounds. So rap vocals, drums, all of those things can get played through a G channel, and the warmth smooths out the aggressive tone. It's built more to handle that aggressive tone. Whereas the E channel works more on singing vocals, R&B kind of things, country even, more relaxed country. Some country can be aggressive in tone. But for the sake of what we're doing, let's do a G channel, and I'll show you why. Now, this program, like I said, is a monster of a program. You have high pass and low pass filters here. You have a compressor over here, which we'll get into in the next video as well. You have a filtering gate for like expansion and cutting out extra dead silence in between lines if you want to put a noise gate on it. But over here, you have a 4-band EQ that actually creates a lot of warmth and power within your tracks, and it's good for both cutting as well as boosting. Now, you can do this in a more detailed way by just having a regular high pass, low pass plugin, and then you do an SSL compressor plugin, or then an SSL EQ plugin. But the fact that this has all in one, and then you can control the output fader from right here, and then you can control your input from right there. You can pad it if you need to pad it. It just has so much functionality within it that as a starting artist, if you're just starting out and you don't have a lot of money and you can only get 5 plugins, 2 or 3 of those plugins are going to be SSLs. I would definitely recommend a channel strip. If you plan to rap, get a G channel. Even if you're sing rapping, get a G channel. That would be like an insanely powerful starting tool. Then After that, we can get into like the SSL compression. You can get into your reverbs and your delays and all that, but we can get into those in other videos. But let's do a boost with this EQ, and then we'll end today's video, and I'll see you on the next one.
What you want? Man, I've been on a mission, got to work up in the kitchen, I ain't even do the dishes. They like Snady, what you want? Man, I've been all the way, only time I'm in the field is when I'm trying to make a play. They like Snady, what you want? Man, I've been on that paper, please remember when I saw you, don't forget to tip the waiter. They like Snady, what you want? Man, I've been on the move, I don't follow rules, you can't be doing what I do. They like Snady, what you want? Man, I've been on that real Snady, what you want? Man, I've been on a mission, got to work up in the kitchen, I ain't even do the dishes. They like Snady, what you want? Man, I've been all the way, only time I'm in the field is when I'm trying to make a play. They like Snady, what you want? Man, I've been on that paper, please remember when I saw you, don't forget to tip the waiter. They like Snady, what you want? Man, I've been on the move, I don't follow rules, you can't be doing what I do.
All right, so that's a brief introduction to what EQing is, when we would do it, and what are some tools we can do it with. I even learned some new stuff. I hope you learned some new stuff as well, and I'll see you on the next one.